How concerned are you about Arctic sovereignty?
I am concerned because if you look at what they just did with, or what they're doing right now with Ukraine, is pretty much doing anything they want without asking anyone if it's okay or not. So I'm expecting that at any moment they can just try to decide that some part of what's ours right now can just go to them without any questions and do whatever they want. Because right now I feel that nobody's doing anything to help them. I know there's reasons for that, because worried about pretty much starting a third world war. But no, I am concerned, and I hope that Canada and the allies will do something to protect that for sure.
I would say I think it's an important thing to have. It's important that we understand our borders and keep them in place. We obviously don't want to have the same thing happen to us that happened in Ukraine. So
I worry about Arctic sovereignty, and mainly from an environmental point of view. I want it to stay clean. I want to be in control of what oil and gas exploration happens up there, and I want it to always be in part of Canada.
I have a mild concern about that. I think for all the reasons that we all know and love. Russia has spent a lot of effort and time and money in establishing the Arctic across their borders, and have gone beyond that in claiming Arctic waters beyond that which international treaties recognize. Given Russia's recent behavior, my concern has increased. So I support, which is easy to say in isolation, I support Canadian government further investment in establishing or in maintaining our sovereignty there.
Russia's shown what they're willing to do, and no one's willing to stop them. It's there, so I suppose it is concerning.
I haven't given him that much thought, but it's probably a concern now that Russia is being as aggressive as it is.
You can't candy coat it. There's hostile agencies that are out there, the Soviets, and a little bit of aggression coming from the Chinese, and I don't want to paint any pictures there, but that's a concern. We need a presence there.
I'm not overly concerned about that. I know Russia has a lot going on right now, so I feel like that's not their main priority, and I feel like they have a couple more better things to do than go for our Arctic right now anyways.
Now that ice and whatnot, we are able to travel there a little bit more frequently. Now where Russia does have experience with colder climates, as well as like Canada, so you encounter some of the military that doesn't have that that climatization to the colder weather. So of course I think it should be cause for concern for anybody that's going to be posting up shop there in terms of military presence.
Well, economically and militarily, you always need to be concerned about what other nations are competing to do. It's a double-edged sword, because I think on one hand Arctic sovereignty is important, but also any rapid steps to militarize the Arctic and obtain that land and utilize it in any way that's not for a collective good globally is a little bit counterproductive, I would say.
Oh, of course. I mean, right now they're in Ukraine, but probably Poland next, probably the North as well. So I think the whole world should be paying better attention on what's going on, because it's only a beginning for Putin, that's for sure. I mean, that's a clear sign. Just look at past history. I mean, what Hitler did. He said the same thing. Oh no, it's only here, but a couple of months later he was in the next country, and it's going to happen the same thing. History repeating itself.
I'm very worried.
Why?
Because I don't want them to take over what we have.
And you were from the north, correct?
I'm from Nunavut, Hall Beach, Nunavut.
We really don't have much of a presence there, either in terms of population or a military presence, not that we could ever defend it. And Mike Pompeo actually questioned our sovereignty. Now, was he speaking just for Mike Pompeo, or was he speaking for others in the power structure in the United States? And then, of course, there's Russia, but I think Russia's kind of busy right now.
Well, I worked in the Arctic for a few years. I'm not terribly concerned, and frankly, Canada won't do much about it anyway. We have a crummy defense policy, we have no budget, and frankly, the Arctic has never really been a concern to southern Canadians. We pretend, we like to dream about it, but it's not part of Southern Canada's mentality.
You know, this is a real concern. There's thousands of people, innocent people are dying in Ukraine, and we all have to stand by Ukraine, which we all already do, US and Canada, and I think we will continue to oppose this aggression together. So we have to stand together, otherwise they cannot get stopped.